Chapter 2. The Path to Physics. After finishing school, Albert Einstein decided to continue his education. He wanted to learn more about the world and the way it works. He chose to study physics and mathematics because these subjects fascinated him the most. For this, he moved to a city in Switzerland called Zurich. There, he attended a school known as the Polytechnic Institute. The Polytechnic Institute was a very good school for science and technology. The teachers there were experts in their fields, and the students were some of the brightest young minds in Europe. Albert was excited to be there. He was looking forward to learning new things and meeting new people. Life in Zurich was very different from life in Germany. The city was bigger and busier. The people spoke a different language, called Swiss German. At first, Albert had trouble understanding this language, but he studied hard and soon got used to it. He also made friends who helped him adjust to his new life. Studying at the Polytechnic Institute was not easy. The classes were hard and the exams were tough. Albert had to work hard to keep up, but he enjoyed the challenge. He loved learning about physics and mathematics. He loved solving problems and discovering new things. He spent many hours in the library, reading books and taking notes. One of his favorite subjects was theoretical physics. This is the part of physics that deals with ideas and theories rather than experiments. It involves a lot of thinking and imagining. Albert was good at this. He had a strong imagination and a sharp mind. He could think about difficult ideas and understand complex theories. During his university years, Albert grew a lot as a person and as a student. He learned to live on his own and to take care of himself. He learned to study hard and to work independently. He also learned to think deeply and to question everything. These skills would serve him well in the future. Despite the challenges, Albert enjoyed his time at the Polytechnic Institute. He learned a lot and made many friends. He graduated with a degree in physics in 1900, ready to start his career as a scientist. In the next part, we will learn about Albert's first job. It was not a job in a university or a research lab, but in a place you might not expect. This job played an important role in Albert's life and career. It helped him develop his ideas and make his first big discoveries. After graduating from the Polytechnic Institute, Albert Einstein faced a problem. He wanted to become a teacher or a researcher, but he could not find a job. This was a difficult time for him. He needed money to live, but he also wanted to continue his studies in physics. Then, he found a solution. In 1902, Albert got a job at the Swiss Patent Office in Bern. A patent office is a place where people apply to protect their inventions. They want to make sure that no one else can copy their ideas. The job of the patent office is to check these applications and decide if they are new and useful. Albert's job was to review applications related to physics and engineering. He had to read the descriptions, look at the drawings, and understand how the inventions worked. He had to check if they were really new and if they could be useful. This was a big responsibility, but Albert was up to the task. At first, Albert was not very happy with this job. It was not what he had dreamed of. He wanted to be a scientist, not a patent examiner. But soon, he started to see the positive side. Working at the patent office gave Albert a lot of practice in thinking and understanding. He had to analyze complex ideas and solve tricky problems. He had to be careful and precise, but also creative and imaginative. These skills were very useful for his work in physics. The patent office also gave Albert a unique perspective on science and technology. He saw many new inventions and ideas. He saw how science could be used to create useful things. This inspired him and gave him new ideas for his own research. Despite the long hours at the office, Albert found time to continue his studies in physics. In the evenings and on weekends, he read books, wrote papers, and discussed ideas with his friends. This was his real passion, his real work. During his time at the patent office, Albert made some of his most important discoveries. He developed the theory of relativity and explained the photoelectric effect. These ideas changed the world of physics and made Albert famous. In the next part, we will learn about these discoveries and how they were received by the scientific community. We will see how Albert went from being a patent examiner to becoming one of the greatest scientists of all time. While Albert Einstein was working at the patent office, he was also doing his own research in physics. He was thinking about big questions and trying to find new answers. He was developing his own theories and ideas. He wanted to share these ideas with the world, so he started writing scientific papers. In 1905, Albert wrote 4 important papers. These papers were about different topics, but they all showed his unique way of thinking. They were all based on careful reasoning and bold imagination. They were all groundbreaking, meaning they brought new ideas to the field of physics. One of these papers was about the photoelectric effect. This is a phenomenon where light can make electrons move. Albert explained this effect using a new idea. He suggested that light is made of small packets of energy, which he called quanta. This idea was very new and very strange, but it explained the photoelectric effect perfectly. For this work, Albert later received the Nobel Prize in Physics. Another paper was about the special theory of relativity. This theory changed the way we understand space and time. It said that space and time are connected, and that they can change depending on how you move. This idea was very difficult to understand, but it explained many things that other theories could not. When Albert's papers were published, they attracted a lot of attention. Some scientists were excited by his ideas. They saw that Albert was a genius, a new star in the world of physics. They wanted to learn more from him and to work with him. Other scientists were skeptical. They thought Albert's ideas were too strange, too radical. They did not believe his theories and did not want to accept them. They challenged Albert and asked him to prove his ideas. Albert was not afraid of these challenges. He knew that his ideas were new and different. He knew that not everyone would accept them immediately, but he also knew that his ideas were based on solid reasoning and strong evidence. He was confident that they would stand the test of time. In the next chapter, we will learn about Albert's life after the patent office. We will see how he became a professor and a respected scientist. We will also see how he used his fame and influence to stand up for peace and justice.